It's 7:30 in the evening of Tuesday with Chewy
And Jesse here at You Talks, where we go for gold.
At magandang gabi sa inyong lahat, sa aming mga tagapanood namin sa aming mga Facebook page at mga tagapakinig namin sa radyo. Welcome to another episode of You Talks, kung saan muli tayo makaririnig ng panibagong storya ng pagsubok ng may kasamang kasiyahan at pag-asa. At of course, nagbabalik ang paborito niyong tambalan sa pakikinig ng storya. It's me and Jesse once again.
And yes, we're back again with another episode tonight with our You Talk Season 2 na kung saan pag-uusapan natin ang mga faith. No? And we highlight also their experiences.
No, it's a beautiful evening once again sa Tuesday, no? And nakikita nyo naman ang mga suot namin, mga dark kami. Kasi ito ang fruits ng aming pinagdaanan sa buhay. Kasi it's an interesting topic for today, no?
Mm-hmm.
Our topic for today is, I think, marami talaga.
Yes, maraming makaka-relate. And especially with the students, no? Especially sa mga students na may gustong i-strive sa life, I think.
Kaya nga tayo nakapolo ngayon.
Yes.
So, parang mga estudyante kami ngayon, no? Our topic for tonight is about academic pressure. I'm for sure. For sure, ikaw nakaramdam ka ng academic pressure.
Yes, especially growing up. Ikaw ba? Ikaw
Chill. So, sorry sa nanay ko na manonood, pero chill lang naman ako sa pag-aaral ko before academic. No, the academic pressure we're going to talk about is many of our audiences out there, for sure alam nyo to, na pag isa kang estudyante na from elementary to high school, yung academic achiever.
Yes.
Yeah. No, but the question is, what does it take to become an academic achiever?
Yes. Ano ba yung mga pinagdadaanan? Ano ba yung mga struggles? And ano ba yung mga bit-bit na dinadala ng mga academic achievers?
Yeah.
And yun yung pag-uusapan natin.
Pero it's not just about academically achieving something. Pero sa amin din mga chill lang. Sa amin din mga chill lang. Yung academic pressure na we have to find out saan ba talaga nanggagaling. We have to know sino ba talaga ang nagbibigay ng academic pressure sa atin. And we're gonna find out that sa story natin ngayong gabi. No? Our guest for tonight is from the Christian community, specifically the evangelical community. At muli, kaibigan na naman ni Jesse ang ating guest for tonight. So I guess it would be the best na makinig tayo sa kanyang golden journey of our theme, One More Take. No? Alam namin, nakita niyo yung teaser namin na One More Take. Ano nga ba ibig sabihin ng One More Take sa konteksto ng academic pressure? And I'll let Jesse introduce our guest for tonight. Siya na bahala mag-ano. So Jesse, who's our guest for tonight?
So our guest for tonight is, basically she's an academic achiever, but she's also a CPA, a licensed professional on accounting. And she's from the evangelical community. And so help me welcome our guest for tonight, Miss Rain Cyrene Kitchal.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Hello po.
Hi Rain, good evening.
Good
Welcome to our program, You Talks. We're so happy that you're here with us. Kasi we've been searching for a guest na makakapag-share about academic pressure. Fortunately, wala kaming masyadong makita. And finally, we found you. Our content producer found you regarding academic pressure. So, we'll start with this. We want to journey with you from elementary, high school, senior high. Ano nga bang, parang nostalgic, babalik ako sa pagka-estudyante. Tingnan na natin. Sige, what was your journey being a student? No, kasi diba, when it comes to academic, innate naman talaga, I think every student naman talaga gusto maka-achieve ng something. And that starts, yung pag nagsimula ka na, you want to achieve more.
Yes.
Sige, how did your journey start nung elementary? How do you do your studies? You have tutor ka ba? Or self-study ka ba? Self-study.
Self-study.
Sige na, Rain. Can you journey with us?
Actually, during elementary, mga late na years nung elementary ko na-realize that meron akong potential in terms of academics.
Mga anong grade level yan?
Mga grade 4.
Oh, grade.
Actually, surprising siya na event kasi part ako ng special class ng pilot, if familiar kayo. Sa
SPED.
Okay.
CCCPS. Opo. Yan. Meron sila doong SPED A, SPED B, SPED C. And ako po, pinush talaga ng nanay ko na maging part ako ng SPED A. Like, goal talaga ng parents ko na mabilong kami magkakapatid doon sa top class. Kasi it's in their thinking na nandoon yung opportunity for growth ng mga bata.
I want to take note of that. Goal ng parents ko.
Yes!
May simula na to.
Oo, goal talaga nila na mabilong kami dun sa top class, although we're not well off. Kasi sa top class kasi maraming demand in terms of finances talaga. Kasi i-send nila yung mga bata sa mga workshops, mga ganon, and mahalang books. And my parents we come from a very humble family, actually. My papa is an auto mechanic and my mama is a full-time housewife. So, it's a big dream for them. So, yun nga, pinasok ako sa SPED A since from grade 1 to grade 6. I've been in that class consistently.
It starts talaga with the dream ng parents.
Yes,
I mean,
actually.
kasi diba, in elementary talaga, ang first talaga na magbi-build sa atin, kasi nga sabi ni Rain kanina, nalaman niya na-discover niya may potential siya. But that potential comes from the mere fact na yung magulang ang may dream para sa anak na to achieve a higher state pagdating academically.
Yes, kumbaga they set me up.
Oh, yun eh. Set up eh.
Hindi na you raise me up, you set me up.
You raise me up. You set me up eh. Kasi ganoon naman talaga sa elementary. Yung tayong mga bata nung elementary, wala naman tayong
Yes.
pakialam.
Laro lang ng laro.
Oh, laro lang ng laro. Makipaglaro lang. Pero once na sa parents talaga nagsisimula na mag-set up na you need to be academically good. Yung ganun eh. Pero it comes from different reasons.
Yes.
Right? I'm seeing from the reasons of Rain, yung background ng family niya.
Yes.
A mechanic and then a full housewife, si
Yes.
mother. So that instills kasi to the... Then sabi mo, hindi lang ikaw. Pati yung
lang.
mga...
Pati ako nga, damay sibilyan. Ganun. Lahat talaga kami.
Oh, di ba? Damay sibilyan. That instills kasi that they have a bigger dream for their children.
Yes.
No, yun eh. Doon nag-i-start.
Yes,
So parents talaga mag-i-start yung set up. Yung isa set up for that. No, ikaw, siya nasa top class eh. Ikaw, elementary. Saan ka ba nung elementary?
Sa bahay. Ay, hindi na sa hospital.
Wow,
Sa hospital.
Sakitin kasi ako nung growing up. Pero, nag-aaral naman ako. Hindi lang ako yung mga palabas. Ay, ikaw ba nung elementary?
Palalabas na naman ako nung elementary. Like, it was also hindi mas sa pagmamayabang. Uy, pagmamayabang. Kung sila may SPED A top, meron naman kami star section din nung So I was also part of the star section. 1 year lang ata, tapos nalungkot na nanay ko nung naalis ako sa star section.
Saan school po ba kayo?
I was in NDGM sa Manila, Notre Dame of Greater Manila. Ma-remember ko talaga yon na dream ng mother ko mag-star section ako. Hindi ko natupad yung pangarap ng nanay ko. But anyway, going back to your story. Now, okay, seeing your potential and then lahat na kayo nandoon na-set up ka na eh.
Yes.
Now, how would you do your studies? Tinututukan ka ng mother mo or private tutor?
Siguro since i-share ko na lang anong ganap nung grade 1 ako to grade 3. Kasi I have a good memory of my elementary. So, ma-recollect ko pa.
Go.
So, from grade 1 to grade 3, as in, pinapabayaan lang ako ni mama. Like, actually, nung grade 4 din, pinapabayaan niya ako. Until, nung grade 4, biglang nag-announce yung science teacher namin na magkaroon tayo ng quiz B.
Ayan na.
Elimination for competition now sa division level.
Ayan na.
So, ako happy naman ako mag-learn ng science. And wala talaga sa isip ko na mag-join sa division level. Ang akin lang, mag-try lang.
Try.
For fun.
Okay.
For fun. At saka kasama yung mga classmates
For
ko.
fun.
So, yung mga classmates ko, I guess, magagaling. may caliber talaga yung mga classmates ko. Kasi, from a good background, family background sila. And then, grabe yung pag-mold sa kanila ng parents nila. Like, hands-on. Hands-on ang parents nila. Like, makita mo talaga every after lunch. Nandun yung
Hindi lang ito story. Hindi na makasama niya na hinahands-on talaga ng magulang.
Grabe nila tutok na tutok sa mga anak nila.
Isipin mo, lunch, no?
Oo.
Tayong mga adult, pag lunch break eh.
Siyempre, papakainin nila yung mga anak nila. Hindi nila hayaan na magutom. Anyway, nung 4th grade ako, nalaman ko na may quiz bee, nag-join ako. Then pag-join ko, ako yung nag-champion. And start sinabi ko kay mama, may ganito, ganyan. Doon na nag-full support sila at doon na nag-increase yung expectations.
Ayan na.
Ayun na, parang
Sinimulan
kagagawan
mo.
ko rin. Kagagawan ko
So,
rin.
kasalanan mo rin.
Oo. Hindi ko alam kung ang tawag ba doon, beginner's luck. Actually, I don't believe in luck. Pero yun siguro yung easier term na maano natin. Kasi after nun, ang mga competitions na sinalihan ko, nagcha-champion ako. So, siguro nag-compound interest yung expectation
Of
ng
course.
parents ko dahil dun sa kagagawan ko rin.
Kasi diba, nakita mo yung potential mo, and then, ayun, unexpectedly, ikaw yung nag-champion. And partida ha, sabi niya kanina, yung mga kasama niya, yung mga high caliber na kasama niya, tinututukan, siya pinapabayaan lang, nag-champion.
Chill. So, ibig sabihin, kailangan lang natin maging chill. Ganun lang yun.
Nag-champion. Sumunod na competition, tinwento sa mami. Uy, champion!
Oo, parang sabi ni mama, ay,
Ahoy,
may potential.
Tapos after nun, nag-champion ka pala, nag-champion. And that's true.
Yes po.
Yeah.
When you achieve so much things, tama yung sabi ni Rain, magko-compound lahat ng expectation. It means, pataas ang pataas yung na-achieve mo, pataas ang expectation. And it will not only be from your parents, or it will not only be from others, but from yourself as well. Kasi nakikita mo, nag-rise up yung potential mo eh.
Yes
And
po.
then sige, di ba may grade, sige, after that, ayun na, nagkaroon ka na ng mga contest. Nakita mo na yung potential, nakita na ng parents mo. Paano na siya naka-apekto sa'yo tuloy-tuloy throughout your journey?
Siguro kasi nung grade 4 ako, nanalo ako nung quiz bee na yun. Then nanalo ako on a division level. Then pinadala kami on a regional na na competition.
Yan na, level up na talaga eh. Nakikita na natin.
Siguro start nun, parang ginol ko for myself na every year, dapat meron akong competition on a regional level.
So, nag-set ka na expectations sa sarili mo.
Oo, kasi it was fun.
Okay.
Nung grade 4 ako, parang ang saya talaga na mabilong sa ganong, maka-experience ng ganon. Kasama yung mga classmates mo, parang siyang field trip outside of the city. Na pagdating mo naman ng regional level, hindi ka na mag-expect na manalo. At least nandito na.
At least nandito ka na eh. Yes, nandito na.
Ganon. So, pagka grade 5 ko, nag-explore ako ng other field. Nag-join ako ng radio broadcasting, ng journalism. Tapos naman, pag-join ko nun sa English team, ang original role ko lang, kasi since first timer ko sa journalism, ang goal ko is parang ang role na nabigay sa akin is infomercial. That was, di ba, parang easy para sa beginner. Pero mahirap actually, no? Kasi parang may acting po, may voice acting pa. Na-realize ko. At yun,
Low-key talented.
nag-tryouts kami, ganyan-ganyan. Parang nag-try kami ng mga different positions. Then, tinry ko yung sa Anchor. Then, nag-decide na yung coach namin na ako na ang
Ikaw na
Anchor.
kumunan. Another achievement.
On my first try. So, naging Anchor ako dahil siguro malaki ang boses ko as a bata at madaldal talaga ako.
Yes.
So, pagka grade 5 ko, ganun na. Nag-join ako ng both science and both journalism. And pagka grade 6, yun din. Same field. Pero, parang, pagka grade 6 ko, I was expecting na pag alis ko ng elementary, I'm an achiever pa rin. I'm an achiever.
You were
pa rin.
expecting.
I was
So
expecting.
you were putting expectations na on yourself.
Opo.
Okay. Yeah. On that elementary stage, talagang for fun, and then pag nakita mo talaga yung potential mo, doon na mag-start mag-build up eh.
Kasi parang exploration stage din naman in yung elementary pa. Chill-chill lang. Tapos, yung feeling mo may galing ka sa ganito, pwede mo naman siyang gawin. I mean, you can do it. Pero, sometimes reality hits hard pag, I don't know, pag next level mo. I don't know.
Pero, of course, di ba, ang grade 6 may graduation, di ba?
Yes.
Were you a valedictorian?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Parang nasa end lang ako ng top 10.
So you were still part of the top 10.
Yes.
Okay. And then, going to high school, ito na medyo mas nagmamature na ang utak mo eh. Mas nagkakaroon ka na ng better understanding about yourself eh. Going to high school, ano naman ang naging journey mo throughout your high school?
So, nung pagka-high school ko, saan po ako? Sa main campus, CCNHS main. Doon kami nagkita ni Jessie.
Yes.
So, kami ni Jessie, classmate kami from grade 7 to grade 10. For the whole period ng junior high. So, doon, since nabelong rin ako sa top class doon, ina-expect ko na yung mga valedictorian from other schools, from other elementary schools, magiging classmate ko. And that happened.
Okay.
So, may mga friends ako talaga na mga, di ba? Mga magagaling natin na classmate, as in, ang gagaling.
Parang mali ata ako ng...
legit.
Mali ata ako
legit
ng...
ang potential talaga.
Mali ata ako ng episode na pinasukan. Parang mali ata ako ng episode na pinasukan. Okay, sige. Hindi. Grade 7 yan, no?
Grade 7.
Pag malaki ko, Rizal ang section ko ng grade 7 ako. Yun lang ang pangalan.
Ano yung tawag sa atin, Jess?
SSC.
Oh, yes.
Special
Science
class.
class. Hindi yun,
very
ngayon kasi STEM na, di ba?
Oh, grabe naman.
Sa amin dati, special science class.
Okay lang, pambansang bayani ang section ko ng grade
Okay
7 ako. Yun lang ako may pagmamalaki ko. Okay, sige. Going throughout that, paano naman yung mga times in high school? Kasi dito na mas nagmamature eh. And then mas bumibigat yung exams, yung ano. Sige, how did you develop naman yung studying mo when it comes in high school? Let's focus on junior high muna.
Sige. Nung junior high ako, mas naging rigid yung yung studies. Kasi ang heavy ng mga subjects namin for a 7th grader, di ba? Meron kaming chemistry.
Grade 7?
Hindi, I'm biology. Tapos pina-memorize sa amin ng buong periodic table.
periodic table.
At grade
Parang wala ka
7.
na maalala.
Hindi. Kasi kung malala ko, no grade 7, sa baba lang yung classroom namin.
Oo.
Yun lang yung maalala ko. Tapos sa tabi nun kasi canteen. Doon ako tambay.
Actually, seatmate kami ni Jess. Seatmate kami ni Jess.
Grabe, grade 7 biology.
Kasi yung parang special section yung parang section namin. Tapos may mga special subjects
Yes.
per
Parang
year.
tatlo yung science subject namin nung grade 7 kami. Then, 2 math subjects.
Okay, sige. With the demands of the subject, no, paano ka nag-i-study?
Ano talaga? Parang ang efficient sa akin dati is yung kung ano yung na-note ko, sa-summarize ko pa siya on another note. Isusulat ko pa siya.
Sipag.
Alam ko marami sa inyo ganyan.
Ganon
Sa
din
mga
ginawa ko
audience namin,
before.
marami akong kaklaseng ganyan.
Kasi hindi pa naman uso yung i-type mo
Oo.
ChatGPT, i-summarize.
Oo.
Walang ChatGPT. I-summarize ko talaga yung book or yung notes ko.
So you
on
would
my
take
own.
notes and then you would summarize
Yes,
again.
especially for exams.
Maalala ko yung mga kaklase ko, yung magte-take notes, i-highlight, isa-summarize, mag-highlight na naman.
Yes. Ang gastos namin sa highlighter.
Sa kanya lang yun. Hindi wala akong ganun.
Sa mga audience namin na may kakilala kayong ganitong kaklase nyo before o mga naging mga kaibigan nyo, isend nyo to. Kasi ito talaga yun eh. Sige, after that, okay, how do you stay late up at night when you study?
Yes. Especially pag
In this junior high level?
junior high, yes. I
Kaya
did.
tutulog.
Mga siguro 12 or 1.
Wow.
Ganon.
Wow.
Junior high. Or hindi ko matandaan actually. Pero ang maalala ko, pagod na pagod ako. Grade 7.
Ayun! So cool!
Grade 7 ako, pagod na pagod ako. Kasi hindi lang sa academics, pati ang mga extracurriculars, ang active ko rin. Kasi ano po ako, student leader rin at the same time. So, hindi lang yung academics ang gusto ko mag-excel, pati rin sa mga leaderships and yung mga non-academic.
Yeah. I think every student can relate to this na when we do well in the fields na academically, we strive to do more. Not only for the sake of others, but for our own self as well. Especially pag nakita yung potential.
Yes,
Student leader ka man or hindi, dumating tayo sa point na bilang estudyante tayo, we would want to reach something higher.
Yeah.
And to the extent na totoo to, we know that many students talaga is natutulog ng late
Yes.
just to study. Even in the junior high level. Imagine na we have a living testimony here na natutulog ng 12 alauna just to study just to study na mag-highlight. Imagine na nag-note, nag-summarize, na mag-highlight. Hindi ko na-experience yan kasi hindi ko ginawa yan.
Or maybe hindi ganung level ang pagpupuyat ko before kasi hindi pa ako procrastinator.
Ayan, may papasok pang procrastination
Ganun.
ha.
Kasi yung pagpupuyat, mostly, nung junior high, dahil yan sa pagpaprocrastinate ko. Pero siguro nung early years, grade 7, I see to it na I study after class siguro. Ganon. Or siguro nakaka-help yung assignments sa pag-retain, sa retention.
Pero when it comes to this classroom context, no? Okay, magkaklase naman kayo since then. Kasi you already told us na, ayun nga, you had your parents also expecting from you. You had yourself expecting from you as well. Sa mga students kasi, normal kasi sa students to see themselves compete with others. Did that ever come into your mind na naging competition mo yung mga kaklase mo? Kasi di ba uso, meron bang ranking sa inyo?
Yeah.
Kasi uso yan before
Meron.
Ewan ko ngayon kung meron,
Hindi,
kung
with
meron
high,
pa
with
yan.
high na kasi ngayon.
With high na
with
ngayon. Iba
high,
na.
ganun.
Oh, with high honors na, 'di ba? So time ko rin kasi merong top 1, top 2. Tapos para ang sakit sa pakiramdam na makikita mo yung pangalan mo sa pinakadulo. Meron sa school namin before as in
Ilang lahat?
Oo, 31. So makikita mo talaga. Pero dito I would like to know, did it ever because of that kind of pressure you're feeling na gusto mo mag-achieve, did it ever come to a point na naging competition ang mga kaklase mo sa'yo?
At some point, yes. Kasi parang magkakagulatan kami na may potential pala ito. So malamangan pala niya ako. kasi I have a best friend since elementary. Then siya talaga yung achiever sa amin. Then pagka junior high, kaming dalawa mag-best friend pa rin. Then kami yung nag-top 2.
Sino top? I mean, kayo nag-top 2.
Kami yung nag-top 2. Tapos nagkagulatan kami, parang,
Ikaw din?
I mean siya, expected na. Ako hindi. I was really parang a dark horse nung pagka-junior high. Parang nagulat rin ako sa sarili ko. Kasi actually, from grade 7 to grade 8, not to brag, but to inspire. Or not to inspire, but to inspire. Hindi. Nung grade 7 to grade 8 po, ako po yung rank 1 ng klase namin. Pero wala talaga yun sa akin nung pagpasok ko. Kasi parang nagulat lang din ako, andito pala ako? Like parang, kaya pala? Ay, possible pala ito. So parang yung na-achieve ko siya nung grade 7, sabi ko, why not? Why not i-retain? Why not gawing consistent ang performance?
Pero natutukan ka rin ng mother mo kasi your mother is a full-time housewife.
Yes.
Tinutukan ka rin niya sa studies.
Yes po. Malaki ang help ng mama ko sa study habits ko. Po. Kasi mag-effort talaga siya like yung glossary, 'di ba nandiyan? Glossary ng encyclopedias, maalala ko. Ito elementary pa ako noon glossary ng encyclopedias, basahin niya yung meaning. Tapos sagutin ko kung ano 'yun, kung anong item 'yun. So ganun hina-help niya po talaga ako.
Yeah, ang mothers talaga. Ikaw, bilang isang solo anak, natutukan ka ba ng mother mo nung studies
Hindi,
mo?
elemental. Ay, hindi ko alam. Wow! Hindi, kasi ganito. Ang context is, teaching kasi yung mother ko.
Oh, yun
Tapos, gabi yung night class siya. Tapos, morning di ba yung klase. So, parang hindi kami nagkikita. Pero si mama, yung tita ko, yun yung Pero maalala ko nung elementary ako. Hindi, si mama talaga yung kasama ko. Hindi si
talaga?
mami. Oo.
Same with, siguro I can share the same. Pero kasi ako, sa sobrang gusto ng mother ko na maka-achieve ako, tinutukan niya ako. Yung talagang tutok. Alam mo yung reward system, di ba? Yung tipong kapag nakasagot ako, chocolate! Yay!
Yes!
Oh.
Diyan magaling ang parents
Oh, di ba?
sa reward system.
Sige, good yun. Good
Pag hindi ako nakasagot, palo!
Yun na din. sa consequence.
Mali yan.
Palo sa kamay. Di ba? I love my parents. I love my mother na tinutukan ako. Pero I can understand where my mother is coming from eh. Kaya nadala ko rin yun. And then, hindi niya lang ako tinutukan. Pina-tutor niya rin ako. Dinaan niya ako sa tutor kasi wala na siyang time. Nag-work na siya. Yung gusto talaga ng mother ko na ma-experience ko yung ganun na academically inclined talaga na I need to achieve. Kaya dinaan niya rin ako sa tutor. And I'm so blessed with it. Pero, yun nga, we come to the point na at some point talaga, because of the academic pressure we put on ourselves and na nakikita natin from others, ang tendency talaga is makikita natin as competition yung iba. But even your best friend. Diba?
Yes. Pero kasi we're so childish. We're so childish at that point. And bago sa amin yung feeling
Yes.
ng competition.
Yun
Bago sa amin. So we don't know how to handle it in a healthy way.
Exactly. Yun nga siya. That's the point of academic, when we experience academic pressure. When we see the very best in ourselves, when we see the potentials, kahit yung mga friends natin, makikita natin as competition with them. And that's a very normal thing to do.
Very human.
Yeah, a very human thing to do bilang isang estudyante, no? Kaya academic stress talaga ang ano niyan.
And sometimes yung academic stress begins with yung challenges na dumarating in our life. And kaya nagkakaroon ng ganun na challenge because we give meaning to them.
Exactly.
Yung mga unexpected pressure na binibigyan natin sa sarili. Kasi nga, we want to achieve something. We want to prove sa sarili natin na kaya natin. So, yun.
That's the ano talaga, that's the thing with academics eh. No? There's nothing wrong with academics. We achieve, and that's part of life. We always want to achieve a lot of things, no? And we're still going to explore more. Nakita niyo nasa junior high, malapit na tayo. Senior high, may college pa. Nakita niyo yan, 'di ba? Nagpo-progress na tayo eh. Pero I know every one of us can relate sa ganung story na nagpupuyat ng ganitong oras, na tinututukan ng magulang sa pag-aaral, na nagiging competition ng ibang mga kaklase or kaibigan. But that's very part of our very human being, no? And we'll continue. We'll just have a short infomercial for you. No, babalik kami for a little while and titingnan natin how about the the senior high level naman. Kasi the more we mature, the more na naiintindihan natin yung pressure na nakikita either pinuput natin sa sarili natin or pinuput ng iba. But makikita natin yan throughout the journey ni Rain after this short infomercial. So we'll be right back.
In the heart of serenity where nature meets nurture, lies a sacred refuge, a place of renewal, reflection, and transformation. Welcome to the Youth and Family Center, a haven designed to bring out the best of the joys and hopes in every youth, family, and lay animator. Here, we believe in the power of pastoral counseling, spiritual companionship, holistic formation, and human development programs. Every step you take within these grounds is an invitation to grow, to heal, and to discover your purpose in the life of faith and community. Mission is simple yet profound: to accompany you in your journey of faith and self-discovery, ensuring that no one walks alone. Through our programs, we foster resilience, strengthen relationship, and deepen spiritual and emotional well-being. The Youth and Family Center is more than just a retreat space. It is a pastoral learning and development refuge, a home for the young and the young at heart. For families seeking reconnection and for lay leaders devoted to guiding others in faith. Come as you are and leave transformed. Here, you are seen, heard, and embraced. Together, we nurture the spirit, strengthen the heart, and uplift the soul.
It's a beautiful evening of Tuesday here at Youth Talks, where we go for gold. And we're back. Kanina narinig natin ang kwento ni Ray na kung saan pag-usapan natin yung kanyang elementary to junior high school. So ngayon, pag-uusapan naman natin ang kanyang journey pagdating ng senior high school. Since second batch kami ng senior high school, di ba? Kasi magkasunuran tayo. Now, maybe like to journey us, Rain, what happened nung pagdating mo ng senior high?
Ito na eh, pamature
Yeah.
na ng pamature yung
Yes.
pag-iisip eh.
Yes.
So,
Parang mas mabigat ata ng senior high.
Parang yung ang bigat ng binibit-bit.
So,
nung senior high ako, I belong to the STEM.
same.
STEM.
Wala.
track.
ABM ako.
IBM ka,
Yes.
STEM.
Kasi parang ang
Ah.
sinet up na naman. Hindi kasi nung junior high, nga, belong kami sa special science class. So, we were taught in a way na mas magiging excellent kami pag nilagay kami sa STEM. Opo.
So you went, kasi di ba pinapapili, I mean, okay, first of all, sino nagpili sa'yo mag-STEM? Ikaw or ang parents mo or
That
someone?
was my choice.
Your
Because,
choice, okay.
Eto. Si Papa, dream niya talaga na maging accountant ako. And as a rebel child, doon na natuto na ako parang mag-disobey ng konti. Pero yung parang gusto ko na mag-make ng decisions that gusto ko talaga. So ako, gusto ko talaga yung STEM kasi nga, mababait sa akin yung subjects.
Pakiulit?
Mababait po sa akin yung subjects.
Mababait sa'yo yung...
Easy lang yun.
Naging STEM ako, pero parang ang sama-sama na yung subject sa akin. Parang,
Hindi ko alam. Ito grasya lang talaga. Grasya lang talaga na parang, although, grabe, challenging talaga.
Pero kasi-
Challenging yung
ang options
subjects.
pa lang kasi niyan is, di ba, STEM, ABM, and UMS.
Yes.
Bihira pa yung tech voc nun eh. Parang very limited ang namimili nun. And sabi nga, STEM is the most difficult. Yun ang sinabi talaga sa amin. No first batch kami, STEM talaga ang pinakamahirap. ABM is next. And then last ang UMS. Actually, meron pang ibang view sa UMS na puro reading lang daw ang UMS. Ganun na naging concept sa amin nung before. Eh, ako, bida-bida na sabi, magdo-doktor, nag-STEM. Isang malaking pagsisisi.
Yan rin. Sabi din ng mama ko, baka mag-doctor ka. Diyan ka na. Go ka na sa STEM. Kumbaga si Papa, gusto niya mag-ABM ako. Si Mama, go ka na sa STEM kasi baka mag-doctor ka rin.
At alam mo makatawa dyan sa STEM, ABM strand na yan?
Bakit?
Wala din. Hindi rin naging helpful.
Actually, for character development.
Imagine niyo STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics. Ito ang course mo is mga doctor, engineer in the future. ABM is for accountancy. STEM student, naging CPA. Di ganun din.
Diba? May mga plot twist talaga tayo na na hindi natin
Hindi natin na-expect. Sige, going that. Sige, how was your senior high school study? Ito na. Dito na tayo sa study habits eh.
Yes. Nung senior high naman ako, nabilong rin ako sa top na class. And doon ko na-meet yung mga friends ko. Shout out, Yeye. Actually, sa junior high ko pala, hindi ko pala na shout out. si Nams, si Ez, and si Famudin. Mga, up until now, close friends.
Mga support systems.
Yes, mga support systems. Si Ruhani and si AJ. So, nung pagka senior high ko, doon ako namulat sa different upbringings ng mga students. Kasi iba-iba talaga ang culture. Pagdating, iba-iba ang culture ng schools. Iba-iba ang ways nila to promote growth sa mga students. Iba yung way ng main campus, iba yung way ng... Sa RVM po kasi ako. Iba yung way ng RVM. And sa RVM, doon ko na-meet yung mga classmates ko na very, very excellent. Very competent. Not competitive. Competent talaga. Grabe yung potentials nila. And marami akong na-learn from them. And doon ko na-realize na I can learn more than academics from my peers.
Rain, I think I have a question kasi. As an academic achiever, as someone who is experiencing academic pressure on a level na because of the expectations coming from yourself and from your parents as well, did it ever occur to you na nakita mo yung mga magagaling sa paligid mo as a threat to your abilities and potentials?
I think ibahin ko yung term. I think it will be threat to my dream na mag-top. Not to my potential,
Yes.
because the potential is there.
Yes.
The ability is there. Pero yung magkaroon ka ng kakompetensya sa
position.
sa opportunities.
Okay.
Yun. Kakompetensya sa opportunities. Yun talaga yung challenge.
Kasi that is one as well the factors of academic pressure. When yun nga sabi niya, the opportunities.
Yes, especially ako, aim ko po talaga mag-scholar.
Diba? Kasi may mga ganyan talaga yung different opportunities coming from the outside world. And, excuse me, and let's be honest with that, it's like survival of the fittest eh.
Yes.
Pagalingan at paunahan eh. And ang kinukuha talaga ng most of institutions or for this and that is yung the best.
Cream of the crop.
Yes, the best cream of the crop talaga. Yun talaga eh. The best of the best talaga eh. So, kaya I had to ask that kasi I'm sure many of us felt that way. Now, we study so hard and one factor for it is gusto natin makuha yung mga opportunities na binibigay.
Yun talaga.
Yun talaga yan.
Yes. And I think, kasi parang yung quote na opportunities comes to those who wants to take it. But, everyone can, gustong makuha yun, but the seat is limited.
Exactly.
And those limited seats ay paunahan lamang.
Yeah, yun eh. The seats are limited talaga. Yung scholarship, that's limited eh. Hindi naman lahat mabibigyan ng opportunity.
Especially mga top 1 lang yan, mga top.
Usually, top 1, 100%. Top 2, 50%.
Mga ganun.
Top 3, thank you. Ay, congratulations.
Thank you and congratulations. Yan nga eh, talagang you have to perform so very well na hindi natin namamalayan na we're putting academic pressure on ourselves na eh.
Yes.
Na we're going to strive so very well kasi nga ayaw natin ma-miss yung opportunities. And that's very true for so many of us. No, sa mga tagapakinig namin sa radyo at sa mga viewers namin, sometimes hindi natin siya napapansin but it becomes a factor na we want to strive so much in life na kailangan nating magpursige ng doble, no? At hindi talaga maiwasan na talagang not mababangga, but kailangan mo lagpasan yung ibang mga kasama mo eh. Though we're friends or ano, pero opportunities, that's the reality of sad
Such
life
is
kasi.
life.
Yes, sa labi. Such is life talaga na hindi naman pwede na lahat, for example, 5 kayong magagaling and then the seat is only 2. So, ang kukunin talaga is yung best 2. Kahit na pare-parehas kayo magagaling na on, sabi mong 98, 97, 96. Pero ang kukunin talaga is yung 98, 97 compared dun sa tatlong nasa baba. Ano? Sige, on that senior high school level, now, the pressure is coming up. Medyo heavy na rin kasi ang mga subjects eh. Sabi mo, And then na-introduce mo ang procrastination kanina. Kasi maraming senior high school students ang merong procrastination.
Diyan na talaga.
Dito na ba pumasok yun?
Diyan po talaga.
Ayan na.
Diyan sa senior high. Doon ko na-realize na pag gawin ko siya last minute, ma-achieve ko pa rin pala yung goal ko. Pero yung stress level ko, 100%.
New skill unlock. New skill unlock.
Kaya naman pala, last minute.
Tandaan nyo, sabi
Gagawan
niya.
pa rin ng paraan. Pero yung stress level,
Yun eh. Tandaan nyo yung sabi niya, kaya ko pa naman pala ma-achieve kahit 1 minute. Pero yung stress level eh.
Yes.
Yung pressure na nadadagdag eh.
at doon ko na-realize I work well under pressure.
You work well under pressure.
Yung stress level.
Parang doon pa mapiga yung brain cells ko ng ganitong ideas pag merong outside pressure.
Pero we're not promoting procrastination dito.
No, please, no.
No.
Grabe. Very
This is-
unhealthy.
See, coming from someone who's procrastinating, that's very unhealthy.
You will hate yourself after. As in, you will loathe yourself.
Okay, from having a sleeping time of 12 noon. Ay, wait, before going to that, nagpo-procrastinate ka ba?
Ako?
Oo.
Oo.
Senior high.
Ay, senior high. Hindi, parang wala kaming karapatan. Kasi accountancy yung, ABM yung kinuha ko na
Si-
course. Tapos parang,
Kalaban
mahirap
talaga
kasi yung course, yung strand. Tapos parang,
So, kailangan well-prepared ka talaga.
hindi na ako nag-aaral.
Hindi ka procrastinate, wala namang ginagawa.
Wala na akong ginagawa. So wala na akong procrastinate.
Well, kasi that's true kasi sa STEM, yeah, I think, ako rin naman, di naman ako I think that's true kasi, I think I experienced procrastination as well sa mga deadlines sa projects eh. Yung tipong, pwede ko naman tapusin the other day, pero pipiliin ko na tapusin. Tapusin bukas, tapusin, and then, lately, I just realized na, pa-chill-chill ako sa mga ganun, pero yun yung nag-a-add ng academic pressure. Yung pwede mo naman gawin today, and then i-skip mo siya kasi tamad ka or kasi alam mo mahaba pa yung deadline. And then pag yung ibang subject nag-submit na ng mga deadlines nila, ayun na. And that puts us into a state of academic pressure. Doon na natin nasasabi na, okay, I am overwhelmed and I am having
Mag-post na, mag-notes na.
Oo, mag-note na sa mga so many things to do.
Kasalanan mo rin.
Kung gumawa ka na isa na mag-note ka dyan, di ba?
Procrastinating is self-sabotage talaga.
Yeah, it's really that point kasi na we're putting pressure on our own selves eh. Na pwede naman tapusin agad ng maaga. Na, yes, we have to enjoy life as much as possible. Pero academics are part of life for us to grow. This is learnings kasi.
Yes.
And then, yung point na yun na binigyan ka na ng assignment ahead of time. And then, itong malala dyan, di ba? We have the tendency students na sisihin yung teacher. Kasi huy, binigay yan agad sa inyo. So, and then, pag nagbigay, and then, di natin masisisi yung ibang teacher na magbibigay ng assignments kasi that's part of their curriculum. If you could have done it at an earlier stage,
Yes, yung mga, I think proper planning. Ano tawag dun? May term na unexpected stress, parang unexpected something. Basta unstress, ganon.
unnecessary
Yun,
stress.
unnecessary stress. Yun yung
Yes.
tawag doon na we put pressure on ourselves na hindi naman natin ginagawa. But parang the work works more on you more than you do the work.
Exactly. No? The unnecessary stress. And nakita naman natin ngayon, anong effect ng unnecessary stress?
Very,
Di ba? Okay, eto, anong oras ka na natutulog niyan, senior high?
Nung senior high ako, doon ko natutunan, i-push ang sarili ko matulog at 3 or 2 a.m.
3 at 2 a.m. Kung kailan...
Opo. Especially, may mga researches na kasi kami niyan nung senior high. Di ba? May mga
Meron na.
investigatory projects na for STEM students and researches pa.
Pero nakikita ng parents mo na late ka natutulog.
Yes po.
They know.
They
And then what
know.
do they say about it? Pag late ka natutulog?
Actually, they don't encourage, they discourage me to do that.
Okay,
Pero
that's
kasi, wala silang magawa. Kung gusto nilang magkaroon ng anak na, gusto nilang magkaroon ng anak na nasa top, hayaan nilang magpuyat.
Inubo ko na.
Wala silang
Ginusto nyo to eh.
Actually, parang, yun. This is a helpless case. Ganon.
Sige. Okay, going to that, no, yeah, that's true talaga eh. We're seeing talaga that the pressure in the latter part is coming from yourself na eh.
Yes.
Yung umpisa, set up ng parents. And that's very normal for a
Yes.
child talaga. Now we're going through the part na, okay, ako na nagsiset up sa sarili ko ng pressure. Now, let's go to college life. This is, I think, the peak na talaga ng ano eh. How was your study habits during the college life?
Siguro, I'll share na lang muna bakit ako napunta sa accountancy.
Okay, sige. Give us a little glimpse.
So, yun nga, di ba, iniiwas-iwasan ko yung accounting. And, pagkatapak ko before ako mag-college, nag-meeting kami buong family. Like, nandun kami sa isang room, kasama mga kuya ko. Actually, bunso ako and only daughter. So, yun, nag-meeting kami. Anong gawin mo sa buhay mo? Saan ka mag-college? Anong course? Ganyan. Tapos, nagbigay sila ng options. Like, if gusto ko na mag-outside Cotabato, I can pursue yung alliance STEM. Like, medtech. Or nursing. But I don't want nursing. Hindi ko kaya. And another option is, pag dito sa city, ang competent, sabi ng papa ko, ang competent or ang magandang course na ma-offer ng NDU is accountancy. Kasi it will set you up for opportunities.
And then you entered accountancy.
So yun, dahil hindi pa ako ready umalis ng Cotabato, dito ako sa NDU and I chose accountancy.
Okay.
Now, yung pag-study ko ng accountancy, it was parang a real struggle. Kasi mahina talaga ako sa accounting subjects. Kung sinabi ko kanina na nag-STEM ako kasi mababait yung subjects, that was real.
Yeah.
Kasi,
Parang easy sa'yo.
Oo,
basic
kasi
for you.
since junior high, parang tulungan talaga ako ng teachers ko ng junior high to build the basics, the foundation. Pero pagdating ng accountancy, wala akong ka-idea. Ano ang debit credit? So,
Debit credit?
Kupit.
hindi. Mali.
Ay, mali.
May tatlo pa lang.
Mali. Hindi po namin pinapromote yun.
Nag-bridging class ako kasama ng mga classmates ko na galing din sa ibang.
So, you really took an effort talaga para makahabol sa accountancy
po.
na yan.
So, imagine. I studied the whole accounting cycle for 2 weeks only.
Nakwento niya yun eh.
Imagine.
Grabing breakdown ko noon. Umiyak ako sa lobby. Kasi nakapasa ako ng exam. Napasa ko yung final exam ng bridging program. Nasagutan ko ng maayos yung buong accounting cycle. Pinagawan kami ng worksheet. Pero pagdating ko sa lobby, nag-breakdown talaga ako. Kasi although napasa ko, ayoko talaga. Na parang, ito na ba talaga ang buong college ko?
And then, ito ka na eh, nasa college ka na eh. What were the new realities you had to face about yourself sa college life na to?
Na hindi ako magaling. Hindi talaga ako magaling. Especially sa path na kung saan ako.
Can you give us a glimpse? Paano mo nasabi na hindi ka magaling?
Learning new things in accounting subjects was very, very parang tedious. Parang ang hirap niya i-recall, ang hirap niya i-absorb.
Is that true?
Yes.
Hindi kasi ako accountancy. Sa philosophy kasi ako eh.
Ang hirap mag-analyze, ang hirap i-balance. Like, bakit namin problema ang utang ng company ABC? Ganon.
Yes.
Especially sa akin na ayaw ko yung accounting. Kumbaga, it made it harder for me to do well on my subjects when I don't love the subject.
And throughout that, I was wondering kasi, nung college ba, did something change when it comes to handling the subjects? No, paano mo, I would like to know, ilang years ba ang accountancy? 4 years lang.
4 po.
Nakailang years? So, natapos mo yung 4 years na yun?
Sumobra ako.
Oh!
Yes,
Okay.
sumobra po ako.
Meaning sumobra, naging irreg?
Nag-extend po ako ng isang sem. Naging irreg po ako pagka 4th year ko.
Now, okay, I just discovered that. Now I want to know, how did it feel for you from being an academic achiever and then magiging irregular student? That's something new. That's something new eh.
Kumbaga, ito yung new emotion na hindi ko pa kayang i-handle that time. It was a new feeling, a new kind of disappointment. Na yung, ilang taon ako yun? 20 years old self ko, hindi pa kayang i-handle yung ganong type of self-disappointment. So, I took it really hard. Parang nag-self-blame ako, ganon. And na-question ko ulit kung bakit, ituloy ko ba talaga ito? Or am I for the CPA title? Is the CPA title really for me? Ganon.
Yun na yun eh, no? You were so good. And then, our new reality will hit you.
Yes, and yung reality na yun sometimes, when sometimes we hit a wall, and it really breaks us kasi hindi natin alam ano gagawin. But I think, those breaking points need a push through. Yeah. Ano yung nag-push through sa'yo about it?
Other than, nandito na ako. Wala na ako. No, there's no turning back. What really pushed me through is the fact na nandun ako. Nasa 4th year na ako. Na kinaya ko for those years. Hindi yun by my own strength. But I credit it all to God talaga. So, I guess, nung nandoon na ako, kinaya ko pa rin kasi alam ko, hindi man ako mag-isa.
Yeah. Pero before going to that, ilang subjects ang niretake mo?
Dalawa, I guess.
Kasi we're going back to the theme. Diba? Nakita niyo yung teaser namin sa Facebook. It's one more take. And it's very connected to this story. Bakit? Imagine this, mula elementary journey niya, na sumali siya ng competition for the first time, siya pa yung nanalo.
Yes.
The next is, nag-try out siya for the anchor, yung sa journalism part. Dark horse siya, sabi niya kanina, and then siya pa yung nakuha. Throughout her life, nasanay because of yung galing na meron si Rain, na nakita niya na, okay, everything becomes good, everything madali na lang sa akin. Pero when she got to college, alam niyo yung one more take, na baliktad into something na hindi niya na-expect. She had to take 2 subjects back. Imagine that, no, yung you were ready, you were so good, academic achiever, you were so great. At what cost? Pagpupuyat, so much stress, to the point na naging competition ng ibang kasama, to the point that we're putting so much stress in ourselves pagdating sa studies. But unfortunately, when college hits you, yun na. Mas mataas na yung hirap and mas mataas yung pressure. And then we saw it there na, ayun nga, the one more take had to be reversed. It's not anymore a one more take na ako ang mananalo.
Yes.
But it's a one more take na, it's failure kasi umulit ka ng subject.
Yes.
But the thing is, look at where Rain right now is a CPA, di ba? Imagine that one more take, turning it around again. It's always never too late naman.
And yung one more take is a chance for herself.
Yes.
And maybe sometimes, kung meron kayong pinagdadaanan in your life, no, maybe it's also a time for you na bigyan ng chance yung sarili nyo na magpasalamat na naabot ka to.
Yeah. Yes. And then, speaking of pasasalamat, you've introduced God already na hindi ka nag-iisa.
Yes.
Can you give us a little bit glimpse of that? Where was God in your experience in that academic pressure that you felt na binibigay mo sa sarili mo?
Okay. So, yung pagpasok ko ng accountancy, it was parang a way for me to say na, Lord, hindi ako magaling dito ha. Alam mo na hindi ako magaling dito. But since you led me to this journey, then please make sure na nandyan ka palagi sa tabi ko. Ganon. Parang kumbaga, I really made a covenant with God na since, Lord, hindi ko talaga ito kaya. Parang, I'm really weak dito sa area na to. So when I am weak, you said in your word that you are my strength. So, yun talaga yung nagpa-push through sa akin.
Yeah, yun talaga eh. God will always be there kapag, first of all, God is always there. Not will always be there, but is always there.
Yes.
Let's change the sentence into that. God is always there. hindi naman tayo pababayaan kahit anong pagsubok natin. And in the story of Rain, pagdating sa academic pressure, at some point kasi in life, every one of us feels that way, na yun eh. The academic pressure topic is something that everyone can relate to. Bakit? Kasi lahat tayo nagiging estudyante. And hindi natin namamalayan na the pressure is not coming from our parents, not coming from our peers, but mostly coming from
Yes,
ourselves.
yung pressure na, ayun, unnecessary stress. Kasi sometimes may gusto lang talaga tayong abutin in life. Kaya nagkakaroon ng pressure. And meron din siguro mga other factors outside, mga friends, peers. But mostly, I think it's on ourselves. Talaga.
And it's never wrong to dream big.
Yes.
Wala. It's always there. Dreaming big is one thing na dapat talaga pinangahawakan ninyo. Kasi you deserve to dream big. Si Rain, for sure, nangarap siya ng mataas. And then nakita naman natin sa story na yun. But here, the perfect lesson here is someone telling about her academic journey. Nasabi niya, di ba, yung procrastination, please wag. Please wag. Get full, healthy, 8 hours sleep.
Yes.
Kumain kayo ng maayos.
Nandiyan ang totoong glow up, guys.
O, di ba? Nandiyan ang totoong glow up.
Please, wala dyan panda eyes.
O, di ba? The academic pressure will always be there. Pero kasi, the thing is, how do we handle it? And now we have a living testimony that we just have to balance our time. We have to remove the unnecessary stress kasi it will affect your mental health. Now, ito yun eh. Ito yung naging point eh. But the good thing about the story of Rain is meron siyang journeying with God and a learning from it. Imagine, sabi niya kanina, nag-breakdown pa siya, nag-iyak pa siya, di ba? Kasi nga, the expectation coming from all of the academic pressure. And then, pagdating mo ng college, bigla kang magiging irregular.
Yes.
And that hurts.
I really took that badly. Kasi, at some point, grabe talaga yung iyak ko sa kwarto.
Diba?
Tapos narinig ni mama yung hagulgul talaga. Sabi niya, anong nangyari? Anong may namatay? Sino namatay? Or, parang ganong level of cry kasi yung iniyak ko that night. Then, yun na, yung sabi ni mama na, let's pray for this. Ganon.
See? The pressure we
Yes.
thought coming from the parents is actually, the parents will love us.
No.
Di ba?
Hindi talaga sila nagpa-pressure.
Oh, di ba? Yun talaga yun. Nakakala natin pressure coming from
Yes,
parents eh.
Yeah, all this time, it's the illusion na may pressure talaga. Na,
Actually,
sorry.
hindi.
Sige, go.
Let's be honest. May pressure talaga
Yeah,
coming
meron.
from the parents.
Meron talaga.
It's from their thinking that you can do great
Yes.
things as
Yeah.
their children. Pero kasi, they won't pressure you to a point of breaking.
Yeah.
Down. Yes.
Tayo na naglalagay natin
Yes.
sa sarili natin.
There are good kind of pressures,
Yes.
diba? And I think that the pressure coming from our parents, especially those parents that, meron talaga kasing mga parents na grabe
Over.
ang pag-pressure sa mga bata na very unhealthy na. But the parents that just pushes you to become a better version of you, let's take it as an inspiration.
Yes.
Na they see their potential even before we saw it ourselves.
Exactly.
Nakita ni mama yung potential
Totoo
ko.
eh.
Nung kinder pa lang ako.
And to our dear parents out there, elementary, junior high, let your children enjoy their life. Huwag niyo sila masyadong i-pressure sa pag-aaral. Bakit? Hindi naman po hinahanap ang grades nung elementary high school pag nag-apply ng trabaho. Kailan po ba tayo nakapunta ng pag may nag-apply ng trabaho, tatanungin, anong grade mo nung elementary? Anong ranking mo nung elementary? No. Mostly, di ba, ang hinahanap?
Yes.
Actually, hindi na nga hinahanap yung mga grades
Hindi na.
pagdating apply mo ng trabaho eh. They'll just know, where did you graduate? Oh, degree. Ito po ang degree ko. Ito ang skills ko. Anong tinitignan? Yung skills. Hindi naman yung grade na tinitignan, okay, 90 plus sa PE. Pwede natin ito kunin. Hindi naman gano'n. Ang tinitignan is skills to offer. Are you open for growth? Are you open for learning? So that's the
Yes.
point talaga of when you're going to work eh. Kaya nga, sa mga elementary students, let your children enjoy. Let your children enjoy their academic life. No? And Rain, thank you very much for journeying with us. I have enjoyed your story so much na nakarelate ako, nabalik ako sa pagiging isang estudyante. And I'm sure you as well.
Yes. Parang nabalik tayo sa pagiging estudyante.
Sabi talaga no kasi Rain, thank you very much.
Yes,
We're very
thank
happy
you
to
so
be
much
with
din
you. We're
po
very
for
happy that
having
you've
me.
joined us here. And of course, thank you so much to our whole scholar, to our whole technical team, to Narciso Aliaga, Remar Cabral, and Lyra Mel Rodriguez. And of course, thank you to the whole NDBC team, kay Father Rockmore. Thank you for always supporting us. Rain, once again, maraming salamat for inspiring us and our audiences sa aming radio and Facebook Live. And of course, thank you. It's a beautiful evening of Tuesday with Chewy
And Jesse
here at U Talks, where we go for gold. And we'll see you in our next episode.
Kabataan, young at heart. Go for gold, 'cause here you go with you talk sucks. Kabataan.